And today we're going to be working on the trolling lure for the 10-hour middle ground fishing trip. And what I have here is a Nomad design. It's called the MadMax Lure. And I'll show you what this looks like here in a minute. I'm going to give a shout out to my nephew Justin, Andrew, and my buddy Joe. Here's the MadMax, guys. Take a look at this beauty here. This is sweet, man. Look at that. Look at the beauty of this beast. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to be using a titanium tooth-proof leader wire. This is very expensive, guys, but the reason why I'm using this line is because I don't want any, wahoo, kingfish, or any big fish like that I hook up out there in the middle of the middle grounds to break this line. It's super elastic, not knottable, kick resistance, and corrosion proof. And I'm using 15 feet of this wire, and this wire is going to go hooked up to the Nomad lure. Okay, let me tell you, this Nomad lure is pretty heavy, so might use this heavy one here, because as you're dealing with heavy equipment here, you don't want to lose it. And this is not a cheap lure by any means, guys, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go with this baby. Okay, it's got a barrel swivel on top. Okay, and this is gonna be a better deal for me, I think. And we're gonna use my bubble blade. Just take a wire I had here before, take it out of there. Alright, so this is tieable here, but I am not going to tie it. Alright, I want to make sure that the connection that I have here is going to be a lot better than tying, so I went out and I got these black sleeves. And that is what I'm going to tie my lure with. Okay, so all I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to put 1 and 2 right in here, just like that. I'm going to put it through the eye. Take it out the other side. And do the same with the other one, okay? So we're going to put it in here like that. All right. Put it in there like this. All right. And then right here. Very nice. Let me see if I find a skinnier one to put on here. This is not the right size that I would like. Okay, guys, I did an update to it now, because when I started looking at my reel, I mean my lure with this huge thing on it, these fish are not dumb and they get to see things. So what I did, I got a small 200-pound swivel and I put it right on the fish. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do, guys, I'm just going to cut this off of here with my Bubba knife cutting pliers here. Take this out of here. Cut this here, just like that. Okay. All right, then fine. Watch this. Get two of my sleeves, small ones, which I showed you. Okay, run down here like that. Then run my wire through here, just like this. Okay, let me put a couple of sleeves in here first. Okay, that's one. And where's the other one? And this is two. I'm using small ones because they fit better with this wire. This is an 80-pound titanium wire. Okay, this is supposed to avoid, you know, any of these fish biting through the wire. So it's a heavy grade type of stuff, guys. So anyway, so you're gonna put this in here just like this. Okay, let me straighten this out quick. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'll put this one and slide the other one back so I can work with one at a time. All right, and we're gonna tighten it up. Use my crimping tool again. Grab it in the front here, smallest dimension, and crimp it. And then we're going to do the back side as well, just like this. Right? And look at that, how nice it looks. See the difference between that big swivel hanging outside of it? This looks a lot much neater. And you know, the whole thing about fishing here is about making your lure the most presentable that you could make it, guys. Okay, so if you could avoid you know, having like large things that, you know, the fish could see, you're gonna get better bites. So that's what it's all about. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just getting this thing here through the other hole, just like that. And I'm going to slide it right up here where the other one is. And I'm going to crimp it down. I don't think that even a whale shark is going to stop this thing from doing its job. But I gotta, like, I'm extremely, one of the things that I told you guys in the past is I definitely do not want to lose any fish, because I have in the past, because, you know, errors in my rigging, you know. So that's why I'm very, very careful of how I, you know, tie my knots and my lures. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this around my hand like that, and I'm going to pull as hard as I can. That's not going nowhere, friends. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the other side, and on the other side, since we're not using that anymore, we just got to use something that's going to crimp, or it's going to attach to my rod. So now I'm using basically the same thing. I'm using a 200-pound barrel swivel, okay? And I'm using 2 of these sleeves. Put them in there just like that. The other one in here just like that. And then the part that swivels towards the bottom. All right. And I'm twist it around. Do the same operation, okay? Put it in here like this. So, my buddy Joe is probably watching this right now. He's checking out the whole showdown. And you know, like I used to go fishing with Joe many years ago when he had his Stesky in the West Palm Beach area. For those of you guys that are over there in West Palm Beach. And you know, back then we were much younger, and I said, you know, Joe, he's the type of guy that loves to fight fish for about an hour or 2. But I said, you know what? I don't have time for that, man. So he used to call my rig that I used to have that's where I got the name The Beast, because he used to call it the winch. He said, man, what you got there is a winch. I said, yeah, man, well, I got there a winch because I don't want to spend 2 hours or 3 hours fighting a fish that I could take out in 5 minutes or 15 minutes, you know. Especially if you're fighting big fish like the, you know, 100-pound fish. You know, when you're fighting little fish, it's okay, you know, little dolphins and stuff like that. Well, I can understand playing around with them, but you know, when you're dealing with wahoo fish like that are over 100 pounds, 80 pounds, you know, you have to, you know, get them in the boat quick. So that's why, you know, when you see me rig stuff, you know, I rig it professionally for, you know, catching them, not playing around with them, you know. So, all right, guys, so here it is. I have a swivel with 2 sleeves in the front. I have my Nomad lure with a swivel at the end and 2 sleeves on it, because the reason this thing could, you know, swim like it wants to, it's not going to have that big black thing on the front of the lure, and it's going to look, and you know, in the water a lot more discreet than it will if you have the you know, that big snap in the end. All right, guys, share, like, and subscribe. All right, guys, share, like, and subscribe. Nomad Lure for the wahoo.